team is happy to announce that Blood Machines is getting really close to being completed. So, why are we starting a second and last Kickstarter campaign? As a reminder, Blood Machines is a film directed by Seth Ickerman, based on the universe created for the music video Turbo Killer. They produced for synthwave artist Carpenter Brute. Blood Machines is a story of two men chasing the ghost of a woman who escaped the spaceship they brought down. Take a quick look at our first Kickstarter video.
If the relationship between men and machines is a classic theme of sci-fi, we want to approach it with a more poetic and fantastic tone. We like the idea that our film starts where Blade Runner ends. Symbolically, the famous robot of the movie takes the shape of a dove to reach the heavens. In some ways, our heroes follow Roy Batty's soul.
But into the darkness, Carpenter Brute style.
Conceived as a hybrid film mixing musical parts and classic cinema, Blood Machines had limited chance for finding normal sources of financing, and was only made possible thanks to the success of the first campaign. We then launched the project and soon the production of the film. A challenging endeavor as the project had ambition of a big Hollywood production, but with the budget of an indie film. The director's experience used to make movies in their garage had been really useful. They put their hands to work and surrounded themselves with passionate people who did a lot with very little. The sets, sometimes huge, required months of preparation. The details were still getting completed just a few hours before the shooting.
Silence et action!
Surrounded by a highly motivated team, the directors worked hard on each scene and managed to get enough material to make a longer film than expected. So great news! Blood Machine, which was only supposed to be 30 minutes, is now 50 minutes long. Of course, even if we are happy to be producing a more ambitious and crazier film, this extra time comes at a price, as it's adding more visual effects. On top, there is the reality of low-budget sci-fi films. We had to shoot quickly to fit our tight schedule, and we had to rely on visual effects to fix what couldn't be done on set.
Tout le monde sait qu'on fait un film un peu compliqué. Désolé pour dépasser un peu trop, sûrement.
So, the post-production of Blood Machines became much more ambitious than originally expected. We hope all this shows you how high we are setting the bar for Blood Machines, but also tells you why the film is taking so long to be completed. We have been working on this project since the summer of 2016, and we will do our best to finish it this year, as we don't want our backers to wait any longer. Now, what we need is one last push to optimize the quality of our visual effects, which almost doubled in quantity.
Prepare the ceremony, we've lost enough time.
We are not giving up on anything, but we need you to help preserve the level of ambition that has always been the core of Blood Machines. Cherry on top, we are in advanced discussions with a streamlining platform who should join the adventure soon and distribute the film in several countries. Starting from nothing, Blood Machines has managed to find its place in the system, and it will now be easier for us to defend our vision of cinema. A bit nostalgic, well created with the modern tools, visually ambitious while trying to free itself from the confines of commercial production.
When I first saw Turbo Killer, I think just the visual style, it was so unique.
Well, I think it's a mix. It's not all 80s, but there's something about the aesthetic which can be reminiscent of the 80s.
It's a beautiful set. It's so much better than a new spaceship where everything is slick and shiny.
The big difference between shooting in front of a green screen and then shooting in the actual, like in a spaceship. I don't have to oh, there are buttons, the buttons are right there and I can touch them.
As a DP, it's super cool to work with them because without like reading a script or whatever, you can say for sure that it's gonna be great, you know.
I think the only just the visual part of this film is gonna blow you away.
It looks like an adventure movie with a lot of cool chicks. But in fact, it's the story of a reunion of souls.
I think audiences from Blood Machine can expect stunning visuals, an 80s throwback, and a good story in which women are the center of the universe.